Hey friend, welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we'll be discussing how delay and reverb create width and depth. We'll be covering some techniques that you can use to establish width and depth. Also, we'll be listening to some examples, so stick around for the full video. But first, if this is a topic that you find interesting, I'd highly recommend looking into the blog post that's associated with this video. You can find the link for that in the description box below. Also, if you're an artist, engineer, or producer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. All you have to do is set up the short account, upload the song, and we can do the rest. So to keep things simple, let's break down creating width and depth into these forms of processing. There's overall volume and level, which is used to create depth, artificial reverberation and room acoustics, which is used to create depth as well, and delay, which is mainly used to create width, but can also be used to create depth. So briefly, let's cover how to use channel faders and channel volume to create depth. Using your channel fader to increase or decrease the volume of a particular instrument is the most common way to establish depth in a mix. By increasing or decreasing the volume or level of a signal, you're positioning the signal either forward or backward. The reason changing the volume or level of a signal works is due to how we perceive sound sources. It almost goes without saying, but sounds that are farther away sound quieter, whereas sounds that are closer sound louder. Now, by amplifying or attenuating the level of a signal, you're establishing this simple yet effective perception of distance. A commonly known and simplistic way to affect the width of a recording is to use panning to push your signal into the left or right channel. This will place the signal somewhere within the 90-degree stereo field. Next, let's cover how to create depth with reverb. Now, when creating depth with reverb, the extent to which a signal sounds close or far away truly depends on the reverb time, the number of reflections, and the pre-delay. Additional parameters affect the perception of the room, such as the material on the walls and the room's dimensions, but for the sake of establishing depth, we should concern ourselves primarily with the other parameters that we just discussed. Now, if the time of the reverb, referred to as the RT60, is greater, then the instrument or vocal will seem as if it's farther away. Now, just as important is the ratio of the dry signal and the wet signal. If the signal is completely wet, then the reverberation will have a much greater effect on the signal, and in turn will make that signal sound much farther away. By blending the dry and wet signal, you affect the degree of depth. More reverb equates to greater depth, and less reverb equates to less depth. Now, the number of reflections creates a sense of the room or reverb type. For example, a plate reverb utilizes a greater amount of reflections at the beginning of the reverberation, whereas a hall reverb utilizes reflections at roughly even intervals. Now, although the placement of the reflections are more indicative of the reverb's character or the room type, they do evoke a sense of realism or artificiality that can and do affect a listener's perception of depth. Lastly, pre-delay is the time between the reverberated signal's arrival and the original or direct signal. So if you were to increase the pre-delay to, say, 50 milliseconds, then you'll hear the original signal first and then the reverberated signal 50 milliseconds later. Now, pre-delay is often used to create a more clear vocal or reverberated signal, but as you can imagine, giving the listener the direct and unaffected signal first and then the reverberated signal affects the perception of depth. Now, when it comes to shorter reverb times, they can often be used to create a greater overall amplitude, but without contributing to a strong sense of space. This in turn makes the reverb sound almost non-perceivable. Now, some shorter reverb times do have a lot of character that can be noticed, but they don't significantly contribute to the depth. Now, if you'd like to use a shorter reverb time to increase the amplitude of your signal and to add some complexity and realism to it, use a reverb time under 1 second. This will emulate the sound of a room without significantly contributing to a sense of depth. Let's listen to a track while introducing reverb to get a before and after comparison of the effect.
Summer night, let me be lost in sounds. You're all I dream, all I want, an empty house and I'm alone on my own. Give me back my burning feelings. Hey, let me love you like I do. When the music takes me higher, and when I feel a real power, don't let me stop saying, hold my body. This night I'm alone, I need somebody.
Next, let's cover how to create width with delay. Now, when you're mixing, a delay effect can be used to create phase cancellation amongst two identical signals, in turn pushing the image into the 180-degree stereo field. This technique is also used during tracking, as recording the same instrument with two microphones creates this effect. But here are some ways that you can use delay to create a wide image during mixing. The first is to use a sample delay on an instrument. First, insert your sample delay plugin on your instrument or vocal. Next, delay either the left or right of the signal. Now, this will alter the phase relations of the left and right channel, in turn making the image expand into the 180-degree stereo field. You can also simply use mid-side equalization and amplify the side image. This will create a similar effect. Or if you'd prefer to have your mono signal be completely in the 180-degree field, you can follow this method. Step 1. Duplicate your mono signal into a separate track. You should now have two identical signals. Step 2. Insert a phase inverter plugin on one of the tracks and invert the phase. At this point, if you were to play both tracks simultaneously, you will have no signal due to phase cancellation. Step 3. Pan the two signals hard left and hard right. Your image will change from directly in the center or 0 degrees to being completely 180 degrees. Lastly, if you'd like to have your signal be perceived as coming from either the left or the right, you can use sample delay up to 35 milliseconds on either the left or right channel. If the right channel is delayed, then the left ear will hear the sound first, making the mind perceive the signal as coming from the left and vice versa. Now let's listen to a before and after to hear these effects.
Summer night, let me be lost in sounds. You're all I dream, all I want, an empty house and I'm alone on my own. Give me back my burning feelings, hey. Love you like I do. When the music takes me higher, and when I feel a real power, let me stop shaking all my body. This night I'm alone, I need somebody.
Lastly, let's cover how to create depth with delay. Delay can be used to create depth in a recording in a similar fashion to reverb. A slapback delay greater than 130 milliseconds causes the signal to sound as if it's in a small room. The reason a delay needs to be greater than 130 milliseconds to create depth is that delays that are shorter than that time will be perceived as one signal. When this occurs, the signal will simply sound louder, in turn making the signal sound closer to the listener. By increasing the delay time to greater than 130 milliseconds, our minds perceive the signal as two separate signals. In the instance of a slapback delay, we perceive the original signal and then the delayed one as if the delayed signal is a strong room reflection. To be completely honest though, although delay can create depth created by reverb will be a little bit more complex and nuanced, in turn making the depth more believable. Let's listen to depth created with both reverb and delay to see which one is more believable.
Summer night, let me be lost in sounds. You're all I dream, all I want, an empty house and I'm alone on my own. Give me back my burning feelings, hey. Let me love you like I do. When the music takes me higher, and when I feel a real power, don't let me stop shaking all my body. This night I'm alone, I need somebody.
So these are our thoughts on creating depth and width with reverb and delay, but what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, again, definitely check out the blog post where you can find a lot more information on this topic and others like it. There's a link in the description box below. Also, if you're an artist or an engineer, send us one of your mixes at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. All you gotta do is set up the short account, upload the song, and we can do the rest. But thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share this video with your friends. This way we know if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Also, you can subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every week, and subscribing is the best way to stay up to date. There's a comment section where you can leave your thoughts on this video or a suggestion for a future video. And again, if you're an artist or an engineer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. Thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.